Well, I think they have a better grasp of what we're trying to do defensively, and they've bought into everything. Seem very intent. Seem excited about it. Now we just got to go do it. But I definitely think they're a little more confident in what we're doing because when you first put it in, they don't know that knowledge equals confidence equals playing fast is what I like to always say, and I think they have more knowledge and they're playing faster now. But we've watched Memphis on film, and they give a lot of different sets, and Norvell does a great job. So hopefully we'll be confident against what he's trying to do.
Mike, talk about your outside linebackers. They were trying to play defensive end this time last year with a hand on the ground. Obviously, you got some guys that can move, that can drop in coverage, and that can rush. Talk a little bit about those guys.
Yeah, I think they've, Kadir and Wiley and have made some good adjustments there. Brendan and Luke Knox, and they've done a good job. And they've got Sam Williams, who signed out of junior college, and I feel like they've done really well on the outside. And it's going to be a test in the game, and the run-pass conflicts are going to have the different things they do. But they're big, they're athletic, they can set the edge. When you run a 3-4 defense, you have to have guys that can set the edge out there and be physical. I think they'll cause some problems on pass rush because they don't know which guy's coming. They're also excellent pass rushers. Tackling in space is going to be a big deal. We've worked on it hard. They seem athletic enough to be able to do it, but we'll see what happens in the games. But I definitely believe that they've shown signs of being able to do it. I would not have run the 3-4 if those guys couldn't have been able to do it like I think they can.
Is there an element of the scheme, Mike, that has been a challenge for these guys, an area you've had to work harder, I guess, to get them comfortable with? Up front, we're, you have to do a little bit of what we call two-gapping a little bit, and I think our nose tackle is the area that's usually the hardest on, but I feel like those guys have really adapted to it well and understand it. And have done a good job with that. So I would say that area is a little bit different, but they're athletic enough and big enough and have done well in that area. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, they're not in a one-gap scheme where they're just attacking a C gap or a A gap, running upfield. They're having to read the center and play off the center, and then the backer fits off of that. So that area of understanding how to fit, it's not always the same every play. And so the backer has to read the nose tackle, and the nose tackle knows how to fit it. And so the read scheme of that. Early on, that was a little bit tougher. Now they completely understand the system. They completely understand they fit off of each other. And understanding that, they've really picked that up well.
They lost Pollard and Henderson out of the backfield, but obviously Patric Taylor comes back. What are your initial impressions of him and what makes him different?
Patric Taylor's an excellent player. I knew Patric out of high school. He was a great high school player out of Houston area. Big, athletic, can run. Patric can do everything you want in a tailback. He's a next-level tailback to me. And Mike does a great job with him, moving him around. He'll catch the balls out of the backfield. He'll catch screens, runs downhill plays. I'm pretty sure they'll use him in the wildcat spot like they did the guy last year that was so good, number 8. And I think that us being ready for all their different schemes is what the issue would be. Mike does a great job of putting formation to the boundary, overload unbalanced sets, spreading you out. So we've been working hard on formation of the boundary sets and unbalanced sets to be able to try to stop Patric Taylor.
Kind of same thing with Brady White. Seemed like he didn't push the ball a ton down the field.
Yeah, Brady White's I've known Brady from Hart High School in California since he was in 10th grade. He is an excellent football player. I think he's able to make all the throws. He does a great job of checking their run schemes. You can tell that he's checking a lot of it according to fronts, which helps him be able to run the football. And he understands their RPO passing game. That's a big part of their offense is RPOs, off the zone read, off the counters, off the tackle pull traps they do. So it's important to understand how he's doing that and how he's attacking you. And he really understands it well. That's why they're well, it's the 5th or 4th best scoring offense in America.
Mike, you came from the Pac-12. Now you're the SEC defense.
Yep.
Kind of talk about the differences of what you see out west versus what you got in the SEC.
Well, we haven't played an SEC game yet, so but watching the film from the last year or so of the SEC, it's powerful. But the physical backs, that a little bit more downhill running type situation than in the Pac-12. With Memphis' situation, they're, to me, when against them at Arizona State, they're a power running, counter power football team is what you would say, out of more of not a two-back traditional set, but with their tight ends, how they're running the football. You'll see a lot of guard pull on the tight end side and kicking out. So a lot of power schemes, which is similar to what the SEC used to be and still has a lot of attributes to it. So they're more of a downhill type football team with a lot of power running, a lot of long edges, which is two tight end type sets a lot more than you would think.
Mike, you talked a lot about the Memphis RPO game. How does the 3-4 kind of work to minimize the effectiveness of that?
We'll see Saturday.
Coach, talk about your depth, how you feel about it, and how many guys you think you might use.
Well, we're going to have to play a lot of guys. It's going to be 91, 92 degrees on the turf. It'll be about 110, 100, whatever. I mean, it's going to be hot. So we're going to have to play a lot of football players. So I plan on playing a lot of guys. We've been rotating them in practice that way. I feel like it's not that our first and second team guys have gotten more reps than the other. It's been basically pretty much even, predicting that was going to happen. Also, you got to build depth, and we've done that. Going against Rich Rod's offense and the way that Coach Luke set up our practices has enabled us to be able to do that, to prepare. I think you'll see basically two deep at every position as that game goes along. If we try to just keep 11 guys out there the entire time, fourth quarter won't be very pretty. So we've got to be prepared to be able to do that. So we're prepared to do it.